Hello guys and welcome to part something of Minecraft Adventures. It has been a long time and we're going to go down into our dark little cave dwelling. We're going to do something because you guys were like, hey, you should go down that one area and oh, what is that sign? Oh, I didn't say anything. Yeah, that was stupid, I know. We're not going down here and we were going to go up here because I was trying to make the giant sunroof light thing, but that's actually going to take a lot of work because I am apparently deep inside this mountain cave thing, so it's going to take a very long time to get over there. But we're going to go down here, and I just want to show you guys this real quick because I had previously recorded something for about 16 minutes, and then I deleted it because I thought it sucked. Let's see, do I have? Yes, I do have clean stone. We are going to be covering this with glass, so we're gonna have like a giant kind of like water thing right there, and then we're gonna continue onwards. Didn't really need to replace that, but okay, we're gonna continue onwards with our expedition. So I thought that would be cool. A lot of you guys kind of suggested that in one of the videos, so I thought that would be amazing to do, so we're gonna do that. And in the last video, we ended off with me talking about, or not talking about, but hinting to, not hinting, what am I saying? Leaving off the video with, I was going to be talking about video game addiction. Now, this is probably something a decent amount of you probably have struggled with. Video game addiction can probably be very different for most people. In my case, it was very extreme. Now, what you're probably thinking is, Mr. Bananapielord, could you accurately describe video game addiction to me? And I can, my friend. Video game addiction is something where you let the game take over basically your whole life and it fucks you up very bad. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. You didn't bleep that out. I don't bleep out the ones for this video series because I am just too cool like that. Let's see, do we have everything we need? I think that's enough sticks. We have coal. Alright, let's... Ooh, we need to go get sand, but there's no light out. I don't really want to go and die because it is on... Oh, wait, actually, we can go over here because there is sand right over here. So we're going to open this up. So anyways, video game addiction can be very bad depending on how much you struggle with specific things. In my case, video game addiction was probably one of the worst things I struggled with when I was younger. Around 8th grade, wow, I forgot about the cactus. Oh my god, it's going to die by cactus. Okay, that's just that. Okay, I find that very funny. I find that very funny. Anyways, hopefully you guys can see this. Let me light this up a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Video game addiction for me was really bad when I was younger because if you have a hard time, I guess, controlling yourself and limiting yourself to specific amounts of times for things, you can really just let it mess up your life. And you're probably thinking, "Ah, video games won't hurt me." Well, they can if you're not careful. What happened to me when I was a lot younger, my mother pulled me out of public school to go into homeschool, grade 5, so I never was in middle school or anything. It was kind of, I wanted to go to middle school, but my mother didn't want me to, so I had to go into homeschool, and you're probably thinking, was it because you were getting picked on? Which is probably the main reason why most people actually do get pulled out of public school and put into homeschool. But my case was a lot different. My parents were pretty hardcore conservative Christians, and they were like, we don't want you growing up in that kind of environment. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess you don't know about me then. But anyways, that's a different story. But anyways, I got pulled out of there, and 5th grade marked my expedition into homeschool, which is not a very fun thing, which is another story. There are a lot of stories that can be told in Minecraft Adventurez, and I am really glad that you guys are enjoying this because I like to kind of open up to you guys just to, you know, just to, I don't know, kind of connect more, because I know when you see a lot of YouTubers, you're like, oh man, they just don't really connect with their fans, and the main reason I am doing this is really to connect with you guys because I want to almost, you know, let you guys know that there are people out there that are like you. If you can relate to... Why is... Oh. That might be why. Yeah, Dylan, you're so smart sometimes. It's just nice to be able to relate to someone And I know this is really weird for me saying this. I don't want to sound like a cocky douche. But I know that there are some people that kind of look up to me, which I still find extremely weird. I don't know why you would want to look up to me. But now you know, and I'm not making too much sense. But actually, my old recording that I was trying to do probably about 20 minutes ago failed really bad. It was lagging super bad, and I was like, I just got a new video card. Why is this happening? I am so depressed right now. I need to actually go into my video card settings and change some things, but everything is working perfectly. In case you're wondering, I got a EVGA NVIDIA GeForce GTX 460. I think that's what I got. Pretty dang good graphics card, if you ask me. I got a new case for my computer also, so it's really awesome. And going off the point of video game addiction, I'm really good to sticking with points. But video game addiction was really bad for me, because when I got pulled out, kind of video games really became my life right around that time. So that is when I really just got into playing, you know, hours a day. I don't even think I could tell you guys how many hours. But I mean, I really didn't have too much to do. It was just play video games. Or, I mean, of course, I went out with my friends and stuff, but video games did take up a lot of the time where I would have been at school. And so I had to wait for my friends to get home. So what did I do in the meantime? Video games! But video game addiction wasn't super bad for me back then. It kind of started it around grade 7. We moved to Florida, because originally we were living in Georgia. I don't know if anyone knows of Kingsland, Georgia, but that is where I used to originally live. I don't really much like that place. Some not so decent memories, but what can you do? So that is where I originally grew up. And when we moved to Florida, it was around, I think, grade 7 or so, not 100% sure, but around that time I didn't really have any friends around here. All my friends back in the Kingslands kind of stopped talking to me. My one friend got in like super trouble like with my mom or something, so we had to stop talking, which he was basically my only friend, so there went my only means of talking to someone. Kinda sad. But around that time I was doing homeschool still. I stopped homeschool at the first year of high school, but actually I wanna put some random stuff in this room a little bit. Going off my point again. Yes! I know, I'm sorry guys, I try to stick to points, but you know, I am really bad at that. But around grade 7 is when my video game addiction became very bad, and you're probably wondering, well, that's not so bad, what'd you do, just play video games all day? And yes, that's part of it. But the main reason why I had a very bad video game addiction is because I let it take over my life. And what I mean by this is I basically just stopped really doing anything. Around grade 7 when I got super addicted is just to the point where I would not do anything. I literally was homeschooled, or I was homeschooled obviously, and there was no one really checking up on my work. I was supposed to be that I was, you know, the one keeping everything in control. Well, zoom 6 months past that, and you will find out that I did not do school one day in those 6 months, and I basically just lied about doing it, and I played games all day. And it's not, I don't have any good memories of that. It was really depressing because oh, whoa, we're going up there. I'm gonna make a little ladder, staircase. Actually have ladders with me, but I didn't bring them. But it's not like it was good memories. It wasn't like, oh man, that was like so much fun. I didn't even necessarily really enjoy that. It was depressing, for one, because, I mean, I didn't have anyone to talk to, so I was basically just playing games to fill this void in my life of wanting someone to talk to. And around that time is when I really got into Harvest Moon, and I think that's why I have such a soft spot for those kind of games, those series in particular, because they kind of, I don't know, those kind of like simulation games kind of just helped me get through some really rough patches in my life. And, you know, it's kind of stupid to say that, you know, you have a hard life when you're a teenager, and, you know, you're living for free in your parents' home. You don't really have to pay for anything. But in the same aspect, just a lot of stuff happens, whoa, when you're that age, so it's not the end of the world, but it definitely... Whoa, back up there, buddy, you fucking spider. a lot of things can happen, and when that happens to you, and you know you don't really know what's going on, you come from like a very carefree, your hormones aren't raging state to holy shit, what is going on in my life kind of mood. That is kind of where it really happens. But anyways, going back to my problem. I played a lot of Knights of the Old Republic 2 on my Xbox back when I had one. And that is what I played a lot. And that is what really took over my life. Because if anyone played that game, first off, you are amazing. And second off, wasn't that game absolutely awesome? But you know, now we have Mass Effect and stuff. So unless you're like a Star Wars nerd, then you probably don't really care about that game anymore. But yeesh. Just throwing that out there. Man, we haven't been cave exploring in so long. It's kind of fun. I really like this. And Ginny, if you were watching this, you are very fun to go cave exploring with. Just saying. Anyhoozle. Getting back to the point. Let's see. My game addiction. I don't really know how to explain it. World of Warcraft was another bad one for me. Say around grade 10. I really just played that game like every day. I played it when I woke up at 9 a.m. and then I did not stop playing it until about midnight. Maybe taking a break for maybe an hour, if that. I mean, it was... The addiction to WoW was so bad when I was around 17, I think, that literally my whole life just stopped. The same thing happened with school there too, because I was doing an online, why did I fill it in with that? I was doing an online homeschool thing. And really homeschool comes down to how well you can manage yourself, if you can keep yourself on track, you know, with all your subjects and stuff. And I think it's kind of good that I did homeschool because college isn't that difficult of a transition for me, whereas most people who are coming from, say, a public high school, you know, usually have their teachers, you know, planning most of this stuff out for them, whereas I'm extremely used to doing all this by myself. But the addiction to WoW is really bad. I think it was like close to 6 months again, possibly even longer, I wouldn't be surprised. Whoa! Okay, someone just shot something at me. Someone keeps... Oh, there he is. Sup, buddy? Why won't you... There we go. There's more? Oh, crap. I died? Oh my god! I forgot I thought I was invincible! No, but actually this gives me a good time to talk about it. But I became really addicted to WoW when I was about 17 in 10th grade. Or 10th or 11th. Actually, I think it was 11th. I think it was 11th. It might have been 11th. But the main reason is Tyler was leaving, and if any of you know me, Tyler is like my best friend. So he was basically my only friend, so I didn't really have anyone else to talk to. And it was like, oh man, Tyler's going to be leaving, going to some college that's hours away, and I won't really get to talk to him anymore. So I was like, well, I could just play WoW with him all day, make up my school later. Well, 6-7 months later, you figure out 6 to 7 months of work is actually a lot of work. And you're probably thinking, how did you do that? Well, I had about 2 months left before, you know, we would have to pay, I don't know, like $300 or something to extend the time that I could actually do the work, I think. And so, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I really, like, my 10th, actually, my 11th, and holy shit. Oh man, what is going on? Okay, we're going to go over here by the light. But like my 11th and 12th year of high school, I really did not do any work. I'm just saying, I really did not. I basically cheated for the last 2 years of high school. It was like with math and stuff, and I was just kind of lazy, and after my like really bad addiction that I let happen again kind of just screwed me over. I was like, oh man. So yeah, the 2 months that I had to make up like 7 months of work was ridiculous. It took so long. It was the worst 2 months of my life. And after that, I never did it again, as I'm sure you can completely understand. Jeez, all these damn monsters down here. And is normal actually more difficult than hard? Because I see a lot of people telling me that, but I don't know. It doesn't seem too logical if you ask me, so I'm going to go with what's logical. Actually, we can talk about religion in one of these, and that is going to get a lot of hate. Because I know when you talk about religion on YouTube, it's just, it starts a flame war. And everyone gets angry on both sides of the religious debate. Because, I will talk about that later because I don't want to upset anyone. But if you do notice, there is a really strong Christian and atheist kind of group, I guess you could say, on YouTube. And they are both always fighting him. And I think a lot of people get the wrong idea about both religions. Whereas I am not necessarily a Christian. But it's not that I hate any Christians or anything, or the religion in general. It's just that a lot of people get the wrong idea.